Hey guys, Inspector Holmes here, doing another pre-drywall framing inspection, and I want to show you guys around on what I may or may not find. Hopefully not a whole lot, but we always find something, so join me. Right off the bat, I see some rafters that have been left out in the weather, and it looks like there's some fungal growth on that. Hopefully they won't conceal that inside the walls, but that's why you get a third-party inspector. There are several broken and repaired truss cords. There's one there, there's one there, there's one over there. And truss systems like this are engineered systems. They cannot be broken or damaged or repaired without an engineer's letter specifying the exact repair. Hopefully they have that. There's more mud and fungal growth on the truss systems. No visible blocking or anchoring, mechanical anchoring for this double LVL, which is a structural member. Here's some additional framing members that have been left out in the weather that they are now going to use inside their walls. Here's some fungal growth here. This one's actually warped quite a bit and hopefully won't continue to warp, but that's pretty rough. As I specified in another video, any penetration within a stud, the penetration hole needs to be measured. And the measurement is 1.25 inches or more between the stud face and the opening of the hole. In this case, it's about 1 inch, so this one will need a stud plate. I'm in the attic space looking down the attic stairs going to the first floor, and I noticed that there's been some truss cords and truss systems that have been altered. And if I get a little closer here, you can see these gusset plates, which are these metal plates, adhere and bind the 2x4s together, and that's what makes the structural aspect of the truss. In this case, these gussets have been cut, and the 2x4 that was here, spanning to this side, has been lobbed off. This could weaken the structural aspect or the structural stability of the truss system. So an engineer needs to actually come out here, take a look at it, and prepare a fix for this. Missing wind straps or hurricane straps on the rafters. The double top plate has been cut and damaged. There needs to be a structural strap there. Additional truss repairs. Looks like that one has been cracked and damaged all the way up. And they've added some type of plywood here, OSB, all the way back. The gusset plates are actually damaged, if you could see that. The wiring is actually laying on the sharp gusset plate. The wiring should be brought off of the gusset plate to prevent the vibrations of the framing during normal living in a house, opening, closing doors. The vibrations that are on this truss system could actually wear a hole in the sheathing or the insulation of the wire and could cause a fire. Hopefully not, but it could. This is an anchor bolt, and the anchor bolt is embedded into the foundation wall and goes up through the sill plate and adheres the sill plate and framing system into the foundation. All of these anchor bolts should have a washer and a nut. This one's missing. This is a TGI floor system that should have a bottom plate, which is there. You can see the bottom plate here. And it should have a top plate, but somehow the top plate either got removed or damaged. And instead of repairing it, they just kind of put the flooring system on top. Again, a structural defect. So these are called TJI floor joist or wood engineered flooring systems. And you have a bottom plate and a top plate and then the OSB webbing. And this is what creates the actual floor joist system. Having penetrations within the webbing of the floor joist is okay, but you cannot damage the bottom plate or the top plate for any reason because these are engineered flooring systems. In this case, they cut a section of the bottom plate out, and that causes structural instability within this particular floor joist. And that structural instability will go from bearing point to bearing point. Additional damaged top plate on the TGI. Missing blocking. So these are steel structural columns, and this is what actually holds the main beam or girder and the flooring system, and this is the center span of both front and rear of the house. The code specifies that this must be anchored to the foundation at the bottom. There's nothing that specifies anything about anchorage here, but in this case, they're missing any and all anchors at the bottom plate. Improper bearing on this LVL structural girder. I'm sure there are additional issues with this house, and I'm going to keep on looking and keep on inspecting. But anyways, thank you for joining me on this pre-drywall framing inspection. I hope you guys learned something, and if not, I hope you enjoyed. Take care.